Hello and welcome. Welcome to Speaking Flow for Heart-Led Leaders. I will share with you the core exercise today at the heart of the Speaking Flow approach to speaking up for change in a different way. So over the next 90 minutes, we will be doing some embodiment practices and some practicing a different way of speaking together. The plan is for you, the beautiful heart-led leaders, thank you so much for being here, for you to leave here speaking in a new way, one that has more energy, one where you stay true to your values and have more influence. That's the goal. And all within the joy of community, like-minded community, because that's the best. So as we're all coming in today, I wanted to give us a little practice and exercises, something I do at the top of my podcast. It's something I do at the top of my coaching calls to land us in the same space and time together. So this is a simple breathing exercise I call the circuit breaker. It's super simple and really uh, simple to do anywhere. You don't need any special tools. Oh, we've got someone come. Yeah, there we go. So one second, I'm just going to mute some background noise. There we go. So this exercise does require some strong nasal in-breaths. So if you've got a cold because it's winter, you might want to blow your nose first, just some prep. But otherwise, just make sure that you can breathe easily in through your nose, just breathing in through your nose because you're really, really going to need that. Okay. So I'll show you what it is, what it looks like, and some of you we might even have some breath practitioners in the room. Do let me know if you are a breath practitioner. I would love to know that. Um, I think your work is amazing. So this is an exercise I call the circuit breaker. So you do two very strong in breaths, like filling your lungs in breath through the nose, and then sigh out through a relaxed, open mouth. Super simple. That's it. We're going to do that 3 times. The goal and the purpose of this breathing exercise, the circuit breaker, is to break the circuit of whether your body is holding stress or not. The strong in-breath really activates you back into your body, so out of your head back into your body, and oxygenates your system really strongly. And the out breath sends a signal to your body that you are safe, that you are okay, that right now there's no tiger. So that's the exercise we're going to do to land us all in the same space and time together and release whatever you've been doing this morning, whatever's going on and whatever's yet to come for the rest of the day, because for the next 90 minutes, we're together and we're going to be just okay, just fine. Okay, ready? Here we go. 2 strong in-breaths. Fill your lungs, sigh out through the mouth, open, relax. Let your body drop and settle as you breathe out. Lovely, give weight. And in again. And sigh out. Nice, open, relaxed mouth. You can even close your eyes if you want to. Let yourself land on the floor, on the seat, wherever you are. Last one. Great. Fantastic. And if you're just coming in, this is the first little exercise we're doing today to get into our bodies. I'm going to find out a little bit more about who's in the room, tell you a bit more about who I am very shortly. But first, I wanted to share with you why I'm sharing this workshop for free. Because obviously I run a business, I need to generate revenue, as so many of you here will. But my mission is to put speaking power and influence into the hands of people using it for good. Simply put, we do not need louder voices, we need truer, deeper, and less overwhelmed voices. That's it. And secondly, we are stronger together because co-regulation is totally a thing. It's where it's at, and it's the antidote to hyper-individualism and the isolation of capitalism. Validation from peers, it's a form of aligned witnessing that is in many ways more powerful than anything we can read or learn. That's why I'm gathering us together. And practicing in community means that we get better together at scale, right? So this workshop today is not a sales pitch. It's a collective space to increase your impact without increasing your overwhelm and to strengthen your message instead of watering it down. For those of you who don't know me already, my name is Thea May. I'm a speaker, voice coach, and now a fresh podcast host. It started. I've done one interview and I've got 8 more. I've got about 17 more booked in. Thank you very much. Thanks for the applause. I appreciate that. I honestly am very excited about it. I'll tell you about that another time. So I am the creator of the speaking flow state, which is an intuitive and fresh approach to speaking. It helps heart-led leaders avoid the burnout of speaking up for change. The speaking flow approach was born out of a lifelong relationship with singing and spoken word, which taught me to connect and to follow the emergent energy of voice. I co-created it as a practice over 6 very immersive years with my wonderful co-creative partner, Edith Friesen. And she's a writer and writing mentor. She basically does what I do for speaking, but for writing. An amazing woman. And our story is a really great story for definitely another time. But I will be sharing that. I share that all the time. You can find it out. And thirdly, this work and this approach to communication, I've been in this field for nearly 20 years, speaking and voice coaching, and this approach deeply aligns with my values connected to creating a thriving world through the redistribution of speaking power to those who care deeply. So that's why I'm offering this workshop for free. It's the first in a series of workshops that I will be doing across this year. So who are we, us deep carers, are all over the place. We're grassroots groups and activists and participants in stuff happening in our communities. We are community leaders, space holders. We are ethical and social entrepreneurs at any scale. And some of us are even purpose-led investors. We hold the money and we want to put it in good places. So now it's your turn. It's over to you. Who's in the room today? In one word, what space are you speaking in most right now? Tell me in the chat. What type of context do you find yourself using your voice in most? And this is especially your aligned voice. Policymaker, community, boardroom, society. Yes. Educator. Trying to get funding. I hear that, puppy. Activist redesigning democracy. I'm pretty excited for the redesign of democracy at the moment. Getting lots of like hopeful signs. More than I've seen in a while. Impact consulting. Nice. Thank you so much. These are great. Keep them coming. Got a couple more questions for you. What role do you play? So are you more of an organizer, a founder of an organization, or are you a sole trader, a team member, a facilitator, a creative, community leader, a coach? What's your flavor? Lots of different incarnations here. Love that. Got founders, sole traders, teachers, counselors, workshop facilitators. Lindsay, I'm a sass queen, which is something I said to her a long time ago, and she's reminding me that I said that. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm a sass queen. That's my flavor. Fantastic. Keep those coming in. Got one more question for you. Whoops. Which is, what are your core themes? What are you speaking up for and about most? What matters most to you? Is it climate change, social justice, mental health, domestic violence, ethical finance, refugees, racism, poverty, education, something else? Not even on the list, not on my short list. What is it that you want to use your voice for most? Equity, mental health, poverty support, climate, social justice, those without a voice, children's mental health, domestic abuse. These are so powerful. Truly thank you for all the spaces that you're speaking in and the work that you're doing and the care that you're giving to them. Just reading these gives me hope. Thank you for sharing. Keep that coming in if you haven't replied already. So speaking flow isn't about techniques, scripts, or polish. It's a fresh alignment and energy-based approach to communication for people who give a shit and care deeply. And spoiler, it actually only works if you actually give a shit. And the reason I know that is because I'm going to tell you briefly about a client I had about 10 years ago. He was a young guy. We were both young. It was 10 years ago. And he hated his job. He hated his job. He had contempt for pretty much everyone he worked with. And he was paying me pretty good money to coach him, which I was doing. And he said to me something I will never, ever forget. He said, "Can you make it look like I care about what I'm saying?" And that was a major aha moment. That was like, whoa, I got goosebumps and I wanted to walk out of the room there and then. But because I was young, I didn't have the confidence to do that. And I didn't say what I thought, which was like, no way. No, I will not do that. I will never teach someone to lie or fake it. Why? Because it has no integrity. As simple as that. We finished our coaching together. I did what I could with what I had within staying in alignment to myself. And he had all right coaching sessions. He got some results. I know, right? It was vomit worthy. Alignment and flow are a speaking superpower. Your care is your credibility. Speaking flow is not confident speaking skills in the way that we were taught. It's speaking power. Speaking flow is speaking power. So instead of draining you, it gives you energy. Instead of relying on external rules or rehearsed lines, it clarifies your message from within. And instead of control, it's about flowing with the moment, saving you time and effort, literally saving you time, while still being impactful, often more impactful. And instead of anxiety and overwhelm, you feel grounded, clear, and inherently confident. Ultimately, it connects your voice to your heart's mission, the energy that's already there, letting your passion, drive, and energy move through your speaking really naturally. The problem we're facing right now is that heart-led leaders are overwhelmed, overstretched, and burning out everywhere, left, right, and center, from grassroots organizers to community builders, impact entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and even state leaders. We're dropping out. We're trying to speak up for change within a system that rewards urgency, force, extraction, and even performance. It's exhausting. Anyone else resonate with that? Feel exhausted by just trying to speak up in this system in this way? It's hard, mate. It's hard. And it doesn't need to be this hard. The reason is that speaking power, quite simply, I believe, has been hoarded in harmful and extracted places, individuals, organizations. And speaking up for change takes its toll on your soul and your nervous system within a system that is harmful by design. And sticking to the rules that we were taught or absorbed, we end up feeling overwhelmed, depleted, disconnected from our original care and purpose. How dare they? But burnout leads to so many of us shrinking and dropping out, even leaving our projects altogether. And not because we want to, but because we can't keep pushing through. I know some of you experienced burnout in this room. Has anyone else experienced burnout or just having to take a step back just before burnout in this room? Right? Yeah. And you are not the only one. There are so many. And I'm so sorry that that has been your experience. You deserve better. Still hibernating. You deserve better. The truth is that this culture, leadership culture that we've created, remains dominated by power over dominance and disembodied authority. Even among those with good intentions, the core issue is not a lack of skill here. You are already a really skilled communicator. Look at how well you can communicate when you are feeling safe, when you are with people, your people, right? You can share your ideas, you can communicate your thoughts. Hell, you might even put in a boundary, right? You've got speaking skills, but speaking up for change is different. And what's happened is we've got a misaligned relationship to voice, energy, and meaning making. But you're already a great communicator. Don't forget that. So here's the maths of speaking up for change. In the old way, it's time plus energy plus pushing through. And you have some influence, but ultimately you're likely to burn out. And in speaking flow, the new way, time plus energy plus flow is actual sustainable influence. Okay, quick check-in. So the first question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how resourced and energized do you currently feel in your work, your impact work? How resourced and energized? 67 or 627, Ibrahim? No resourced, I'm nearly at 100. Um, yeah, that pans. There's some threes in here. You need more energy. Some eights. Good on you. Well done, Leslie. Seven and eight. So you're not doing too bad. Cool. Keep them coming in. And on the second question, how confident and at ease do you currently feel speaking up for change, the change you care about? How confident and at ease do you currently feel speaking up for the change that you care most about? Oh, we got a 10 in the room. Why are you in this workshop, Mike? It's a rhetorical question. But I love that. It means you're probably tapping into some alignment when you go for it. Sevens, seven, eights, three. There is always more to learn, Mike. And thank you for coming, even though you're at a 10. Okay, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate that. So communication is not just a tool within systems, but a living mechanism that shapes, sustains, and transforms them. I'm going to read that again. Communication is not just a tool within systems, but a living mechanism that shapes, sustains, and transforms them. It shapes culture. Because speaking isn't just a skill, it's infrastructure. It's how systems hold together or fall apart. Every time we speak in ways that center dominance, urgency, extraction, and we all do it because that's the system, the water we swim in, we reinforce the logic of harmful systems. But every time we speak from alignment, embodiment, and flow, we're performing a quiet revolution, a boycott of the old paradigms from the inside out. And that shit's powerful. This is what we practice when we speak up for change using flow instead of pushing. The embodied language of regeneration. So you can think of culture as the water we all swim in, and think of speaking as the current that moves it. So when our communication is filled with that control and defensiveness and dominance, The current pulls us ultimately towards hierarchy and separation, as we can see and feel. I know I'm experiencing that all the time and constantly have to remind myself, oh, there's another way. I'm doing that separation thing again. I'm doing that like isolation thing again. Um, I know, you know. And when we speak from flow, attuned, present, relational, we actually shift the direction of the current. We create microclimates of belonging, possibility, and coherence. And that is what so many of you are doing through your purpose-led work, through the spaces that you hold, the communities that you gather, the conversations that you raise. The best speakers are not necessarily the most confident ones. Really take that in. I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. The best speakers are not necessarily the most confident people. They're not necessarily extroverts. They're not necessarily high energy people. Great communication is about alignment, not confidence. It can be in a quiet voice, but hit hard. It really isn't about becoming the influencer version of yourself on Instagram. It's about something so much deeper. So today we're going to learn a different way. I call it the shift, and that's not that's it's not unique to my work, but it is how I relate to my work. I really think of it as the shift from speaking push to speaking flow. And the goal is to put speaking power in the hands of people using it for good, people like you. So speaking power in the hands of people using it for good is community-rooted influence. It's anti-capitalist, it's anti-oppression. It is power from the ground up and from the out, from the in out. So let's move from speaking push to speaking flow. That's my invitation today. Are you up for it? It's practical, it's embodied. You're going to be doing, speaking, and practicing. So just before we head into the core exercise for today, can you share with me what most blocks your flow when you speak? And it might be something like overthinking, nerves, anger at the world, the lack of change, the slowness of the change, not feeling prepared enough, burnout, simply burnout, lack of energy, imposter syndrome, brain's too full, just the overwhelm of life, time pressure, something else. What do you feel blocks your flow when you speak? Got some overthinkers in the room. It's so normal. It's so normal. When you're coming from the head only and you haven't got the rest of your body with you, of course it's going to feel like overthinking. Not feeling prepared enough. It's so real, that feeling. I've had that so many times. I didn't start my podcast for 5 years because I didn't feel prepared enough. I've just got over that recently. That one's gone. Imposter syndrome. Yeah, absolutely. Fear, time pressure. Can you pull it off? Self-trust. Thank you so much for sharing these. I really appreciate it. Worried that you won't be able to speak clearly and be authentically yourself. Yeah. You don't want to fake it. Makes so much sense in your head and feels like a limited time to get someone else on board. Yeah, that time pressure and a feeling of needing to convert somebody and convince them, right? Mm. Any more? Or you can resonate with some of the others, +1 or thumbs up. Mm. So thank you for sharing that. We're going to go into the first and core, not the first, the core exercise of this whole workshop. It sits at the heart of the speaking flow work. It's called the three centers. And the three centers are where your body's embodied intelligence and wisdom live energetically. The gut holds your doing and action, the energy of your doing and action. The heart holds the energy of care and empathy. And the head holds the energy of creativity and possibility. They are embodied intelligences. They show up for you all the time already. We have it in the language we use every day. I just had a gut, my gut says go for it. There it is, in plain sight. I trust my gut instincts. I do what they say, right? The energy of doing and action and self-trust. And with the heart, we often put our heart, hand on heart, not a word of a lie. They're literally everywhere. They're peppered throughout normal, everyday language. I just think that's amazing. And for the head, creativity and possibility, it's it's my mind's just gone blank, and I didn't write one down. I have a list of them somewhere. But can anyone think of one for the head that sort of connects to creativity and possibility that we just use all the time, like off the top of my head? I've just had an idea off the top of my head. That sort of thing. They are there all the time anyway. So this exercise is going to take around 10-15 minutes. It's a guided meditation that is going to connect you to and align your three centers so that your speaking can source itself from within. And then we're going to head into a speaking exercise in small groups, right? And you're going to get a chance to riff from and speak from these three centers. They hold language and intelligence within themselves. So if you want to go off camera for the meditation, then you're very welcome to do so. I will just be talking you through it. And I encourage you to close your eyes, get really comfortable. You can do it sat or lying down. Try not to fall asleep if you're really tired. Um, but yes, you can do this where you are. If you can't close your eyes, I would say just cast your eyes down so that you can bring your awareness more internal. Okay. Can we do it in an office? Well, that all depends on your office, Abdul. In any office I've been in, probably. But your office looks very well lit. Let's find out. Um, if you can create some stillness for yourself, then you should be able to do the exercise just fine. Just do what you can. You can always watch the replay and go through it again in your own space. Okay. So we're going to do another little settling breath to let the front of this workshop sort of just settle down around us and bring our awareness inwards. So taking a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do that 2 more times and allow your awareness to move inward. Just keeping some on my voice, but otherwise bringing yourself really within. Mm. Place your hand on your heart. One hand or two hands. And bring your awareness to that area of your body, the embodied intelligence of your heart center. And I invite you to think about something you really love about the work that you do. And allow this to come up in any way. It might be a client you had recently, or a conversation you had, or it's a change that you saw happen as a direct result of what you're doing. You saw someone else reap the benefits, or just get a break. Whatever it is, bring it to mind. And it might be a person, a name, a story, a feeling, a sensation, an image. Just let it bubble up. Keep letting it bubble up. You don't have to remember any of this. You don't have to hold on to it in any way. Just activate it, wake it up. And keep thinking about things that you really love and care about, that bring you joy in the work that you do. And with each breath, tenfold it. Like breathe in to intensify it. And if you haven't already, you can allow it to bring a smile onto your face. This should feel good, thinking about these things. Let it come into your whole body. And just keep letting it bubble up and tenfold it, amplify it, make it stronger. And once it's good and strong, you're going to leave it there for a second. And you're going to place your hands on your head. You can do one at the front, one at the back, one either side, both on top. Doesn't really matter. Whatever feels comfortable. You're going to be there for a few minutes. As we head into the embodied intelligence center of your creativity and possibility. Bring your awareness to that area of your body. And here, tune into all of your sense, your wildest dreams of what's possible with the work that you're doing. If you could take off the brake and change things completely, what would that look like? What would change as a result? What would be the best outcome? And again, allow it to bubble up in whatever way it shows up for you. It might be an idea, it might be a language, it might be a sensation in your body, it might be an image, it might be a sound. They're all valid. You don't need to remember any of them. Just wake them up, activate that center. And with each breath, 10x that. Make it a wilder dream. Shoot for the stars. What is the best possible version of what you're doing already? You might even find some new things, new ideas come to you. Just keep letting them bubble up. Use your breath, your in-breath, to intensify and 10x it. Make it stronger. And once you feel that that's good and strong, you're going to keep one hand on your head, one hand on your heart. So place one of your hands on your heart and allow them to connect. So this looks and feels like you can imagine that you've got energy flowing in two directions between your head and your heart. You can maybe you can feel something like that in your body. However you connect to that, you're going to allow the joy, love, care of your heart to move up towards the creativity and possibility of your head, and all of the energy of possibility and wild dreams go down into your heart and mix them up. They are now in dialogue. And use your breath to stay with your body and keep letting that move up and down. You're joining them up. Now bring your hands down onto your lower center, so just below the belly button, the gut. And bring your awareness there, again using your breath. And bring your awareness into the embodied intelligence of your gut for action and doing. And here, tune into what really matters to you right now. What are you standing for or standing against? What have you had enough of? What is the shit that you really want to see change? This can be quite a highly charged place, but I encourage you to connect with that feeling and use your breath to strengthen it, to intensify it, make it stronger. And however it shows up for you is valid. You don't have to remember it. Just make it stronger. Keep letting it bubble up. Feelings, frustrations, words, experiences, memories, images, situations. What are you standing for or against? What have you had enough of? Keep using that breath to make it stronger. And once you've got that good and strong, you're going to bring a hand back to your heart. One on the gut, one on the heart. And join them up. Allow the action and power of your gut to connect with the care and the empathy and the joy of your heart. And allow your heart to connect down into the gut. Make it a dialogue. The heart at the center, the gut at the base, and the head at the crown. We're going to tie them all together. Once you've joined the heart and the gut, using your breath, when you feel them connect, bring both hands back to your heart. And open up the trialogue. And you can visualize or feel into or imagine or encourage your gut, your heart, your head to be one free-flowing channel through your body. Some people see them as different colors. Some people have them as a sensation of moving energy in the body. For some people, it's more like an intention. However that connects for you is how it works best for you. Get that gut, heart, head, trialogue, channel really moving between all three. You can use your best breath to breathe up from the gut all the way to the head, and as you breathe out, go back down. So to finish this practice, the three centers of flow. we're going to use 3 closing breaths. So to do this, breathe into the heart and expand it outwards as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring all of it to the heart. So breathing in, starting at the heart, radiate outwards, including the gut and the head. And then as you breathe out, bring it all back to the heart. It's like your heart is breathing and pulsing the whole thing. And once you've done the closing breaths, 3 to 5 of those, start to bring yourself back, thanking your body for showing up, sharing its embodied intelligence and wisdom with you, and inviting it to stay with you as we go into the next exercise. And hold it with you as you come back. Open your eyes, wiggle your toes, maybe even stand up and move a little bit, because we're going to head into a speaking practice, a speaking round.
Right, darling, do have that baguette. The chorizo, please remember to have that.
What a way to end the exercise. And bring yourself back on camera so we can see each other. Thank you so much for doing the 3 centers of flow. Amazing. Welcome back. And Abdul, I'm super curious. How did you get on?
It was good, but well, I almost lost focus, but it was good.
Nice. Well done for doing it in such a public space. Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to share anything from that practice before we move into the speaking circles? Pop your hand up if you want to share something. Oh, I saw a hand. Where'd that go? Mike. Oh, our 10 out of 10er. And you come.
Right. Well, what this has made me conscious of is that if you can connect all 3 at once and be conscious of doing that, then the way you relate to almost anything changes. And I think that although I've learnt to do that, I haven't been consciously aware of it. And so this is really, really good. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad that you got that from it. And how true that is. It changes the way you are in the world and that you relate to anything. You're absolutely right. And what it brings to your speaking is just so much power. So it's so cool. Embodied and integral and grounded power. Katie, you've got your hand up.
Yeah. It was brilliant actually. And there was a connection between the different parts that I kind of was aware about on paper, but hadn't made that emotional connection. And it's something really core to what I'm working on in terms of who I'm doing it for. And in there, there was a direct link between 2 of what I was visualizing. So that surprised me and it happened really naturally. And so, yeah, I found it really quite profound actually. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad you got all of that. It does join up dots, right? You're just like, oh, I kind of knew that the whole time, but now it's just so obvious. I love that. Thank you for sharing, Katie. We'll hear from a couple more people before we move into the speaking circles. Just share whatever feels right. What did you get from it? What did you love about it? Any aha moment? What was challenging? What felt hard about it? It's not easy. Sometimes some people don't get it straight away. They need to do it a few times. They're not used to doing embodied meditations. Yeah, pop your hand up either like this or using the hand function. Hand function. What a weird thing to say. Sarah, I wondered if you might come in. I saw you nodding.
Did you say Sarah?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
In you come.
yes, I really learned that I live in my gut, that that's why I think I'm so passionate. And
Mm,
if I can adapt and see the flow, and I could see an infinity symbol, but downwards. So
Mm,
like that loop going
yeah.
round and that going up and down, like a moving. Yeah,
Mm.
I could see that.
I love that. You're not the first person to say that about this practice, having a sense or a sight of an infinity symbol inside their own body, energetic body. Yeah, you're not the first person to say that. And I also get that. Not every time, interestingly, but thank you for sharing. That's well cool. Nice. Ella.
Well, hello, Sarah, as well. Hi, Thea. That was absolutely beautiful, and I just it was almost a bit spiritual, you know. When you get to the heart bit, I get such a connection of sort of, you know, world energy sort of thing, you know, all of that stuff. There's something really beyond our own selves. I love the way it gets you into your body, but also feels like it's a connection to, you know, wider energy and so on. I really, yeah,
Totally.
echo what everyone said. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And how true that is. The heart really opens us up to our interconnectedness, right? And who was it who spoke about in my gut? Where have you gone? Sarah, it was you. Was it you that you're in your gut? Yeah. There's shadow sides to everything, right? If you're too hard in your gut and you don't have your heart with you, you will, that's the sort of it's the angry activist energy, and you really will burn out. Because you're kind of pushing to fight too much without giving yourself some of the softness that you need to counter that. Um, and it can lead to you being very argumentative. If you're kind of ungroundedly in your gut without the rest. They all have their shadow side, right? The heart has the shadow side of being an empath, empathizing and burning out through basically empathy burnout, empathy collapse, feeling too much, too deeply, and not being able to hold that because you haven't got the grounded and activating energy of the gut and the possibility and hope of the head. And the shadow side of the head is overcritical, overthinking, overanalyzing, um, not not taking the care, just being like, well, it's just this, it's too simple, it's just one, two, three, just do it. Like you kind of lack the heart to notice that someone else might need a different set of instructions or might have a barrier, an invisible barrier that you have no idea of. Um, they all have their shadow, right? So, yes, if you want to share any more about that exercise, pop it in the chat so I can find it later. But we're going to head into our speaking circles. So, let's practice together. The goal of this exercise is to speak about the change you care about, but from alignment, not performance. From alignment, not performance. Your three centers are already with you. Don't rush, take your time. Put your hand on each center, pop it on the gut, pop it on the heart, pop it on the head. Do them in any order, it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to give you prompts for them all. Follow the prompts in order, or if one's like really available to you and is wanting to speak, let it, okay? So this exercise looks like you got 2 minute speaking rounds. You're going to be in groups of 3, and you've got about 15 minutes for this exercise. So you're going to speak about a change you care about from alignment, not performance. Super important. As soon as you start feeling yourself going on script, stop. Just stop, drop it, tune in, start again. Start from wherever, right? The speaking prompts are what matters to me most right now is, or the shit I care about right now is, right? It's that sort of get the gut charge. Then you've got I care about it because, and that's your heart. So we're moving up from the gut to the heart to the head. I care about that because. And then the last one, I believe that we can, which connects you to possibility, right? So these are not the only way in, they're just a good way in as a starting block. And you'll get used to the sort of language that shows up for you through each channel. And then what's really important, and I cannot stress this enough, you're going to give a little bit of reflecting back, mirroring and honoring and witnessing feedback to the person who's just spoken. But you are only going to do that from the place of aliveness. I felt your aliveness when you, or in the, or just speak into aliveness. That's it. Do not give them correction notes. Do not give them any sort of critical feedback. This is aliveness feedback. It's about the tone of their voice, or when their eyes popped, or when they suddenly moved up, or maybe they just suddenly stand up and you're like, whoa, right? Whatever it is, speak into and reflect back their aliveness to them so they know when they came alive, because they might not even have noticed. When we're in flow, we often forget the whole bloody thing, right? So you're going to honor their aliveness. It's really important. Do keep track of time so the third person gets enough time, please. So you can speak for up to 2 minutes, and then you're going to switch to reflecting back. And the person, do not discuss it. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. Just let it soak in. Don't discuss it. Just let them just hear the aliveness feedback and just say thank you. Make sense? Wicked. All right. I'm going to set up your groups. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Just drop me in the chat a little, like 1 to 10. How was that for you? 1 being like, I freaking hated it. I hope I never have to do it ever again. 10 being like, that was great. 100. Did you mean to put 2 zeros? I love that. Thank you. That's wonderful. Oh, there's so many 10s. If you could sum it into one word, what does flow feel like? What did flow feel like for you in that exercise? You can put anything. Bananas might take some interpretation, but you can put anything. Natural and easy, connection, disarming, beautiful, release energy, being real, yes. Keep it coming, how true. Eye-opening, safe, yeah. More like chatting and connecting, truly. All your speaking can feel like that. This practice gives you safety from the inside out. You're giving yourself your own safety. Easy and enthusiastic, charged and fizzly. I love that. These are great. Keep them coming. They're absolutely wonderful. I'm excited to see what's coming for you too, Abdul. What you talking about? Anyway, thank you. I'm going to move on, but keep them coming in. So, where are we? Yeah. When we change how we speak together, we change who gets to have power. This is so important because that's the point. The point of speaking flow is to put power in the hands of people who are using their voices for good. So what did feel different about speaking like that? What did it make possible for you? Please share in the chat. What do you feel like you could do now that maybe you couldn't access or resource before? What's it made possible for you that you can feel that you could speak up and use your voice in this way? Put it in the chat. Whoops. You feel like you're on the right path. That's such a powerful one. The self-trust piece is amazing. Speaking my truth and trust it will land. Whether folks say no or not at the time, right? That's fear of rejection gone, by the way. The minute you put yourself in the story of what's possible, yes. Active hope is something that's often referred to as. Active hope is the hope of possibility connected to action. So instead of holding back, you go for it, you say the thing, you do the thing. Yeah, keep that energy moving, Hema. I hope I said your name right. Permission to be authentically you. Nothing quite like it. You are your own best source. Speaking up with confidence. Yes, I'm realizing it's possible to access different ways of being. Yes, we all can, and we actually need to. Amazing. Keep them coming in. I'm going to move us on to the anchoring. So you're going to need a pen and paper or something, some way of scribing this down for yourself. When I speak from flow, I commit to. When I speak from flow, I commit to connecting with what I already know. Yeah, your embodied intelligence, mate. Embodied intelligence. You know so much. You have so much wisdom. When we only come from our heads, we're missing most of our embodied wisdom. When I speak from flow, I commit to finish the sentence. And if you want to, share it in the chat. It'd be lovely to hear some of those. You don't have to, but you're really welcome to, and I'd love to read some of those. Trusting myself. Oh, Lindsay, that's lovely. You deserve to trust yourself. It was never meant to be taken away from us. Yes, Ibrahim. Fantastic. Agreeing with my personal morals. Yeah. You communicate in a values aligned way, and that stacks integrity. It really stacks your integrity. These are beautiful. Keep them coming in. Yeah, staring to show who you are, letting it go into the world and not being attached to the outcome. Oh, I can feel the relief of that. Tapping into what I deeply care about. The best place to come from. It really is. Oh my God, keep them coming in. They are like giving me goosebumps. They're so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Another prompt for you. Keep the flow flowing. Where and how could you bring this way of speaking into your world so that others don't burn out or go quiet? Basically, spread the word. Spread the gospel of flow. What could you do this afternoon or tomorrow or next week? Where can you bring this new way of being, new way of speaking, so that it lifts someone else up, enables others around you to not stay quiet or burn out or pull back? And if you want, you can share something around that in the chat, around where you're going to take it, where you're going to put it, who you're going to share it with, what you're going to do with it. But you can just note it for yourself. Maybe you've got a really important group meeting coming up, or maybe you're going to show up in your family in a different way, with your kids. Maybe with that really difficult colleague, you're going to just come at them with flow in a really non-aggressive but really clear way. And we can't get better at things we don't practice. So you've had a taste today, and that's great. But you're going to have to tap into this again. You get the replay for 7 days of this workshop, and you can just jump straight to that bit if you want. But get a flow buddy. So I've actually set up a very non-overwhelming WhatsApp group for buddying up to practice with other people. If you want in on the WhatsApp buddy thing, then comment buddy, and I'll make sure that you get that link. And what that means is you'll be able to say, can somebody come and do a 10-minute practice with me? Can somebody be a sounding board for my flow? And you're going to riff off the prompts that you have, right? And then you can get your aliveness feedback. That is the best way to design a talk ever. Just like gather the aliveness moments and then add more in. So yeah, practice buddy. If you want one, let me know, and I'll make sure that you can get into that group. And I will be policing that group. We're not going to have an overwhelming number of messages in there, okay? Everyone's overwhelmed already. We all hate WhatsApp groups already. So speaking is power. But speaking in flow, let's hear it from the back. It's sustainable power. Sustainable power is going to change the world. It is. Heart-led people sustained in their power is going to change the world. And this is my contribution to that. Pure and simple. So what's next? As we wrap up the workshop, as you leave here, having never met me before, how can we stay in touch? There's 3 different ways that we can stay in touch. Practice together. I've already mentioned one, the practice group, like the Buddy Up. There's also going to be some online practice spaces you can come in like this, where I'll just hold the space and you can buddy up. There's a flow activation channel, which is examples of what you got today. So a guided meditation. I will drop one a week and no one can reply. You will not be overwhelmed by messages in that WhatsApp group. I cannot stress this so much. It's obviously a bugbear of mine. But if you want flow activations, then drop into that channel. You can put activation in the chat now and I will make sure you get that link too. And if you want to go deeper personally, then I have a one-to-one flow activation power hour, which is really used for if you want to work on something specifically that you are working towards, like something coming up soon, you want to get your flow a zhuzh up, then we can do a flow power hour on that, and that will help you hook into your speaking flow and your core themes so that you can really speak around them without having to overthink or second guess or remember. And the last one is that I'm working towards running Rising Tide, which is going to be a group cohort of this work. It's called the Rising Tide, and I'm doing a pilot, and I'm looking for 12 people who are ready to take their influence to the next level. You've already got something, you're already having some influence. This is not early stage. This is like, I'm ready to go to the next level and really, really change something in our culture. Then I'm looking for 12 people who can come and join me on that for the pilot. So drop a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, or a 1 and a 2 and a 3 in the chat, and then I will know where you want to go. That's really helpful. Yes, please, to the pilot. Lovely. And help spread the word. Just like, let's get it out there. Share this workshop with somebody. If you got on the replay while it's available, pass it on. Like, I don't want to gatekeep this stuff. I just want people to feel more powerful. People who care to have more power. It's as simple as that. Let's get it where it needs to go. Share your feedback and ideas I'll be sharing a little follow-up email where you can share that. Tell me what you want more of, what you want less of. It's always less talking, more doing. That's generally the feedback I get. Invite me into your spaces. If you've got a community or a group, invite me in. I can run an online workshop for you. If you want me to show up in person, we can also talk about that. But let's get this where it needs to go. And before you go, those of you who are left, share with me what changed for you today. What's your favorite thing about flow? Or why should someone else learn these tools? All or any of that. And thank you for those of you who could stay on a few minutes. We are right at the end. And thank you so much. Aliveness is magnetic, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.